How we doing, guys? I'm back here with another video. I'm going through Leviticus. I'm in chapter 16. And I remember the other day I was telling you guys about how serious God was about the way Aaron and his sons were supposed to be doing these burnt offerings and these sin offerings, and how serious it is. And I'm reading in chapter 16 today, and it just pretty much lays it out and tells you about how serious it really is. So I'm going to read some of this. I'm not going to read a whole bunch because I don't think I'm the best reader, but y'all need to hear this. So I'm going to read this for y'all. And the Lord, we're in Leviticus chapter 16, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses after the death of the two sons of Aaron, when they offered before the Lord and died. And the Lord said unto Moses, Speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place within the veil before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he die not, for I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. Thus shall Aaron come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the holy linen coat, and he shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh, and shall be girded with the linen girdle, and with the linen mitre shall he be attired. These are holy garments, therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and so put them on. And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of the goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for a burnt offering. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself. Hang on, I got to switch pages here. Which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house. And he shall take 2 goats and present them before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, 1 lot for the Lord, and the other lot for the scapegoat. And Aaron shall bring the goat upon which the Lord's lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Lord to make an atonement with him, and let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. And Aaron shall bring the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house, and shall kill the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself. Oh, about to sneeze. Ooh. And he shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire from off the altar before the Lord, and his hands full of sweet incense, beaten small, and bring it within the veil. And he shall put the incense upon the fire before the Lord, that the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony, that he die not. I mean, you could just see how serious God makes this whole process. I mean, it is so incredibly serious. It says here to do the incense properly, to cover the mercy seat, so that he dies not, so he won't die. I mean, this is serious. In verse 14, and he shall take of the blood of the bullock and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward. And before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle of the blood with his finger 7 times. Which, that sprinkle with the blood, his finger 7 times, is interesting because it took God 7 days. Well, technically it took God 6 days to create everything, and on the 7th day he rested. But I just find that number 7, I find that significant. It's just me. Verse 15, then shall he kill the goat of the sin offering, that is for the people, and bring his blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat before the mercy seat. And he shall make an atonement for the holy place because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and because of their transgressions and all their sins. So shall he do for the tabernacle of the congregation that remaineth among them in the midst of their uncleanness. So, I mean, you can just see how serious all this is, and how important God places, on Aaron, You know, and I think this is the importance that God places on Aaron to do this correctly. You can kind of see the importance of the importance that God places on pastors, even in the New Testament era that we live in, to bring forth the word to us properly and to never add to or take away to God's word. So Aaron is a perfect example of what God expects pastors to do in the church. But also, I would almost make the assumption to say that it is something that he expects fathers to do in a sense. Now just stick with me here. This is just something that kind of hits me. So Aaron goes in and he makes these sin offerings and burnt offerings for the congregation and the children of Israel. And God places so much responsibility on Aaron to take care of the children of Israel. And it's just like another way of, like, it's a responsibility of fathers to take care of their family, you know, spiritually, physically, emotionally. It's so important as a father to take care of your family, you know. But more importantly, I think that's a great example for how pastors are supposed to be in church, because pastors have this unique gift of really caring for not only their family, their physical family, but their spiritual family, the church family. They have this unique ability and gift of really caring about people in their church and under their spiritual umbrella that they are teaching in their church. And it's just a really, you know, I just think that's really neat. But also how important it is to do it right, do it correctly. And it just shows you right there. It's a whole lot, you know. It's hard to be a Christian nowadays. It really is. But man, oh man, I could not think about how difficult that would be back then, to once a year make these burnt offerings and sin offerings. And if you did it wrong, or if you got one detail that wasn't the way God wanted it, that you could die. And it's really neat once you really dive into God's word and start learning how much you'll see that correlates to Jesus and him dying on the cross for us, and just everyday items that come across us in life that we can really apply to, you know, how we treat other people and how we try to and how we try to be more like Jesus every day. And anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.